Hello viewers, welcome to my channel Science to Technology. In today's show, Future Friday, we're going to talk about how bad is this AI bubble that we are going into. So let's dive deep into it. So before we dive into AI bubble, we have to understand what the hell is market bubble. Well, here's the it's a part of free market economy. You can't do much about it. It's almost like giving people freedom does not guarantee that they will always do the right thing or wise thing. Like you can give someone money and they're like, hey, I have money. Some people would be wise. They will do SIP investments. They will slowly build up their wealth. And somebody would do something so stupid like drinking alcohol or smoking or getting married. So there are penalties of free market economy. No matter what happens in the future, people generally take random decisions, and when you have that with a large population, it becomes pure chaos. So this sort of thing is no longer like, oh, it could happen, it will happen. It's just that how big or small it is based on the cultural environment. It could be mild to be like self-destructing. So it's a part of freedom itself. You cannot bypass it. If you have free market economy, this output will be there. So that is there. So we have to understand what the hell is stocks. Stocks is basically you're buying a piece of a company, little piece. And here's the after that, company does a profit, right? Company does a work, company does a thing, you give them money, you took a small piece of them, and they are doing something like, let's say, making cars and all that. So they will collect profit on that, and that profit, after they had taken care of all their expenses, basically banks, taxes and all that, like once those things are, that remainder would be sent to you. Now here's the there is no guarantee in stocks. If you buy stocks, naked stocks, naked stock as in like the stock name as in like Nvidia stock, Rocket Lab stock, or whatever have you, there is no guarantee. Like there is no guarantee, just hopes. And company generally rewards you either in two ways. So one is dividends. They can directly pay you off. It's like, hey, you were there when we needed it, and this year company made GG profit. Some amount of profit can be sent to you, and yes, companies does that. It's in their best interest to do so. So dividends is there. Second, share value rise, meaning even if company is not giving you the raw cash, so to say, the fact that company made a profit and company is doing good, perception of that company will go up and share prices will go up. That will mean you now can sell the shares that you have bought, let's say for 100, you can sell it for 150, making a profit. So these are the only two way you can get your money back, but there is no guarantee. The very clear, your share value might not happen, dividend might never come. And again, dividends do not come when you are dealing with basically index funds, so to say. So that is there. That's the only way a shareholder can get to profit. Now, of course, if there could be more details, you have to go and talk to your chartered accountant for that. Second, company gets paid. Like, how does company get the money? Is generally they get paid when they do their initial offering, initial public offering, and that's how they get the money. Meaning, if let's say right now I'm buying, let's say, a Rocket Lab shares, my money is not going to Rocket Lab. It's going to the investor who had originally invested into it during the IPO phase. So what if company wants to raise money again? Let's just say company did everything is fine, everything is dandy, but again they are they want to expand, they want to open a new factory. They could take out a loan, which would be very expensive, or they could take out a share. So they could launch new shares. Like, hey, we need to raise money so they can bring out new shares. And if past history is good, company will be as in like public would be willingly happy to buy it. It's like, hey, you made one factory, you made GG profit, you want to make new one, this time I will be the one in the dividend chain and all that. So people will buy it. That's why I said you want to return some dividend. So that's how company gets the money, and that's how you get some profits. So everything so far is fine. But here's the deal. The moment you start to bring that money into a public domain, as in perception domain, things starts to get out of hand. Basically, things could have no reason to collapse, it could still collapse. Things could have no reason to rise, it could still rise. It's just perception at that point in time. Especially larger population, the more chaotic this system becomes. And to best example of this is Jeff Bezos. There is an interview of him. He was like specifically talking about like during dot-com bubble. I keep forgetting how old that dude is. Dot-com bubble, when it happened, he was like, everybody was panicking, but I was not panicking because I knew, again, Amazon at that point in time was a small enough scale. He was monitoring it. He was like, okay, Amazon has this much revenue, this much investment, this and this much profit. So he knew the company was healthy. Company was doing fine. It's just the stock market was crashing. So he was like, okay, let's do the smart thing. Let's buy back the stocks. And I'm like, well, okay, why would a company buy back? If company is smart, they will buy back. they will buy back, because that gives them control. If you keep giving your stocks out, you're also giving the control out. You could have what we call hostile takeover, meaning somebody large enough can buy all of the stock from the market, and ta-da! They're like, now you have to give them seat in the board of directors. So if company is smart, they generally do try to make sure the control vector is not too much. But again, it's a balancing act. If you're like, okay, we only bring out buyback, but if you do that enough time, people will not buy it. It's like, hey, I'm not getting the control of the company. So it's a balancing act. But perception is a very important part here, and it's super easy to manipulate by clever people. This is the most painful part. People do not want to accept it, but it is real, that if you are clever enough, you can cause enough brain damage. Like you can have aura brain damage, where you can tell people, you know what, man, I'm gonna dig on a road, okay? I'm gonna put solar panel under the road, and people are gonna drive over it, and people will give you $1 billion for it. That's how the penalty of, like, free market. Like, you have free, and people can be easily manipulated. So you can actually sell them, hey, I'm gonna put solar panel under the freaking road, and people are like, take my money, take my life savings. That has happened. And be mindful, once you put a large enough group of people, you have public hysteria, and that starts to become ugly. So this sort of thing, it's normal. It's going to happen. It does happen. Now, of course, depending on the cultures, shocks could be like very mild oscillation. It could be very chaotic, like boom, boom. That's up to you. But it will always happen. So you'll have that stealth phase. People who buy here, they print money. Then you have like bonkers, bonkers, bonkers. Bear trap happens. Mania phase happens. They will sell out everything. The people who bought a stealth phase, they will sell out, they will become rich, and they're out. And if they have faith in the company, they'll keep some stakes. They always want to have seat in the board of directors, so they'll keep some stake. And once people panic, the things collapses, then it goes into despair, as in like it dips below its logical value. At that point in time, the original investor who were in the stealth phase, they will still buy back. It's like, let me buy it again. Now they have profit, bonkers amount of control, more control than they had started with, and everything returns to normal. They are richer. So it happens. Let them be very clear. It's almost like a plastic boom that happens. Flour, I'm not even joking. Tell me which flour I'm talking about. One flour, people got so crazy with it that it became more valuable than a goddamn house. That happened. So this sort of thing happens. Once you have large enough group of people, things of this nature could happen. So let's understand some historical context, because again, one thing you have to understand, you are human, I am human, meaning you and I both are emotional. Now we can have more emotions, less emotion, easily controllable, easily unmanageable, whatever have you, but you will have emotions unless you are like, edge case of like a psychopath or sociopath. You will have emotions, and your emotions will control you, not the other way around. It has to be that way. From an evolutionary point of view, it has to be. It's like, yeah, it is. It's like being angry at your blood being red. It's like, bro, it is iron. It will be red. Get over it. So it's one of those things. And there are certain aspects that you have to understand. When you are talking about an individual, a person is smart. People are dumb and panicky. This is a very amazing dialogue from a movie. And the idea is very simple. Take any random person, like any random, take that same person who was stupid enough to invest in a freaking solar roadway, pull them out, have a discussion, one-on-one discussion, and you're like, this dude is smart. What the hell happened? Mania, dumb, panicky. So once you have, like, imagine this way, let's say there is an empty road, accident happens, one person was going by, it will instantly like, whoa, what happened? Let me help you. But imagine 10 people are there, nobody will help. So it's learned psychological thing that we have figured out, tested it, verified it, that yeah, there is something bad happens when you have a lot of people in one place. Our brain just turns off, so to say, almost going back to herd mentality. So that is there. And there is nothing more tantalizing than get rich quick scheme. Now you have to understand, like, why do people keep falling for communism even though every country that applied it starved to death? Like, why? Because they do not want to, like, do things so their life would be better. They want to do it so people who are doing better than them, they will be kaput. So it's more of a hatred. Basically, the children who are screaming, we want communism, they do not want communism because it will make their life better. They want communism because it will destroy the Bezos of their world. That's what they are aiming for. There's like, okay, let them starve. I'm starving, cool, awesome. I will starve harder as long as they also starve, as long as you can poof their head. That's what they are. Like, it's envy taken to turbocharge level. That's why I said emotions, not logical. Even though they are better off right now, they will still be like, okay, just degrade my life exponentially so as long as he burns. It's like, pure hatred, nothing more than that. So in that sort of society, get rich quick scheme, because let's say you are stuck, right? In that sort of time, let's say you are in a scenario where it's like you drink a lot of money. Like, I did not know alcohol was expensive. I thought like it was $5 or $2 thing. It's like, no, hundreds of dollar people are burning. I'm like, are you what? Like hundreds of dollars on alcohol. You could buy index fund and be rich by the time you are 40. Like, you be rich, and I do not mean mild rich. No, you will be rich, but people don't. So imagine you are that kind of person. At that point in time, you're desperate, you're burning money, you're not becoming richer. So get rich quick scheme, oh, buy in this, invest in this, it will make you rich. Of course it will work. Magic sells if you need it. If you're desperate enough, you will believe it. Same happened with NFT, same happened with crypto booms, same happened with a housing crisis. Every time is the same story. If you are desperate enough, you want a magic to be real, you will kaput your life for that. Dot-com bubble of 90s, 2008 financial crisis. So, but now, okay, if that human emotion creates this bubble, why the heck it bursts? If emotions are there, emotion did not disappear. Hey, still, reality eventually catches up. For example, let's say everybody's like, hey, this dot-com thing will be the next big thing. It did became a next big thing, but here's the deal. This evaluation was fake. There was no value chain, no service chain, nothing that was this scale. Not enough people had computers back then, so this could even be a real thing. We are far ahead of this right now. But back then, as in like 2000s, that was not real. It collapsed. So it always happens. And this dialogue is the best dialogue for it. It's easier to fool people than to convince them they have been fooled. Meaning, if you are one of those fools who bought into solar roadway, you will die on it. Like, you will die. It would be cheaper for me to create another solar roadway company and take money from you than it would be to convince you. Or look into flat earther if you want to fry your brain. So it's one of those things that you have to understand. Like, it is reality. Thousands of these sort of things have happened, and you have to just be okay with it. It's like, it is what it is. You have freedom with money. You can drink yourself to kaput. So that's the history part of it. So now we come to the AI part. Well, AI is the new game in town. As in, like, long ago it was oil. At some point it was a freaking flower. Other point it was a trading of humans. Your guy, this guy, basically Newton invested in that thing. Guy trading. So fundamentally, every few years there is a new thing. So this is the current new things, and it will change things forever. But here's the mania behind it is so strong that everybody believed it, that they have to build it, as in like company level, corporation level, they have to build it, and they have to either invest into it. So investors are like, oh, we have to get into this new thing, and companies are like, oh, no, we have to build it. So it's creating a self-fulfilling loop. And at this point in time, it is so strong that if the fear of being left behind from this next thing is so strong that everybody is pouring money into it like there is no tomorrow. Like, go YOLO on it. We have to have this. And everybody's counting on it. For example, from companies, which kind of makes sense. Countries, as in like, it's not limited to USA, it's limited to China, it's limited to India, it's every country. Like, I'm not even joking, every country that has some sort of functioning economy is pouring serious money into AI. That mania is that strong. And the fear of it is even stronger. It's almost like a nuke system. It's like, oh, we have to build a nuke. It's like, dude, like, for example, Iran is like, oh, we need nukes. It's like, no, you need water. You don't need nukes, you need water. Without water, you're dead. So fundamentally, that sort of hype is still created. Like, whoever controls the AI will control the world. It's like that hype is created. So that is there. And it will be the next big thing, like oil, like be it Google, be it Nvidia, be it AMD, be it Intel, be it any Tom, Dick and Harry. It's going, like, the amount of frenzy behind this is bonkers. It's like, damn. So what about the bubble that has been going around? Yes, it is a bubble. If you have to think about it, like, I'm sorry, you have been fooled by it. Like, it is a bubble. There is no discussion about it. And yes, it will go pop. Now, when? That's the unknown part. But it will. Like, it's a guaranteed part. Now, why is that? How can somebody be so goddamn sure that it is guaranteed? Well, here's the AI must generate wealth that it needs. As in, like, if a company says, I need $500 billion, that means they have to make at least a little bit more than that. How would you make more than that? Like, how? Like, what are you doing that is worth that kind of money? Like, even if like a B-2 bomber is an expensive thing, $2 billion thing, company cannot just say, oh, okay, give me money. US government could sign a contract, hey, we need 100 of it. Once the bill comes in, it's like, yeah, reduce the contract to 22 piece. Has happened. So fundamentally, there is nothing that these companies can do that is worth that kind of money. Like, nothing. There's nothing to offer. So fundamentally, what actually happened here is basically it's okay to lose money when you are in R&D phase. That's normal. That's like expected. Every company that is good and decent, even like let's say Honda, they're like good. They're building rocket. Why they're building it? It's not what you call profitable thing, but they are doing it in long-term investment. As in like we are doing some investment. It allows them to expand. It allows them to have better skill set. It is valuable. And again, all corporations and companies that have even a little bit of brain, they will do that. So that's okay, fine, GG. You have a R&D department that is doing, like for example, if somebody says we have a R&D reactor on fusion and we are working on it, cool, awesome, GG, logical. It's just that they're never supposed to bring it to market in broken state. That should not have happened. It's almost like claiming, oh, we're gonna bring a working reactor that we're gonna sell, as in like reactor electricity go by 2028. I'm like, no, you won't, because you just do not know. There is not enough information. You are in broken phase. You are in R&D phase. It's almost like everybody forgets that neutron destroys materials, like physically disintegrates. Like MIT is like, we're gonna build a reactor. It's like at best case scenario, you can achieve break even, and it will be very low vector, because if it's high enough vector, your reactor will disintegrate. Look into what happens to neutron, like 14 mega electron volt neutron. Yeah, it kaputs things. And before you're like, oh, but what happens in fission? Fission is 2 mega electron volt, exponentially more powerful. Even pure tungsten blocks disintegrates, and you want to run it for years. And if you ever wondered why tokamak reactors and all other designs, they have robotics so much for parts replacement, that's why nobody knows how to make a material that can handle it for long term. So it's like, yeah, just design it to be consumable, so to say. But again, pure tungsten is not that cheap that you can just consume it. So those sort of things, like if you are in R&D phase, cool, awesome, GG. Don't bring it to market. They did bring it to market, and that created a paradox, meaning false promises was made to investor invested into it, and then the product went to the companies like, okay, fire your employees, use this AI to code everything. It did not work. That created a panic during the investors, as in like the first batch IPOs, so to say. And they're like, okay, what the hell? We were promised this, it was not delivered. So what will they do? The sensible thing, create hype. Why? Now they can sell it to public, meaning they bought it for, let's say, $100. If they can sell it to you for $200, they're still profitable, even though the underlying company and component is not working. So it's like $4.5 trillion. There is nothing NVIDIA can do that has that kind of value, because there is no worth of that. Nothing is of worth that value exists. So fundamentally, it's the same thing that happened with Tesla. Where it's like Tesla was like $1 trillion. It's like, dude, if you put every car company and they were barely reaching 1 trillion, and this one company was reaching 1 trillion, it was delusional. It had to be delusional, because it's like, how many cars Tesla sold so far? That is so little compared to large companies. Even Maruti and Mahindra, Tata, and I'm talking about Indian companies, Toyota, Honda, Ford, they're like, bro, this is our flop models sell this much. That's how big the disparity was. So how the heck money was? Hype. We're gonna have self-driving car in 2016. Oh yeah. We're gonna have self-driving trucks in 2017. Oh yeah. We're gonna have Roadster. When the heck he was promising a Roadster? 2020? Yeah. Like he was master of just fake promising. Same thing investors are doing who invested into these things in the Mark 1 phase. It's like, like, can you imagine being a guy who bought a Tesla's paper? It's like, okay, he's gonna deliver me truck. That never happened, and you got so pissed off. Then you made your own truck company. Yeah, we call it Edison. A very amazing company. That's how long he has been trolling people. It's like, oh, give me money, I'm gonna give you things. That never happened. So false promise to public is the easiest way to back out of your bad deals, basically. Because again, they are cashing out. That's all this is. This is cashing out. It's like, yo, I'm out. I have no idea who the heck was smoking. Samsung is putting AI in a washing machine. AI wash, AI. What the hell? But again, it is what it is. So this is bubble. Let that be okay. If somebody is telling you it's not a bubble, it is a bubble. Get over it. When it's gonna go out? That's the mathematical question. So what about the pop? Now, pop is nothing else infinite value, because many times people fall for this. This I have no idea why people fall for this. But again, because your purchasing ability is limited. For example, Tesla has $1 trillion in valuation. Does that mean they can sell one car for $5 billion? Of course not. Nobody will buy it. You will, but like there are Bugatti Veyron that are expensive. They are not $1 billion. And if it's like million to millions of dollars, okay. But the numbers of units sold would be minute, and there is a reason why Rolls-Royce luxury car brand has been sold so many times that is funny. Who the heck is the owner right now? BMW or something? And again, same goes with Lamborghini and all that. Like all these brands who have luxury pieces, they are broke. Compare that to Toyota, Maruti, Mahindra. These are like printing money. So it happens because your ability to buy things are limited. For example, even fundamental things like homes, food and all that, they also have upper limit. For example, if somebody says like this food is $10,000 and you do not have $10,000, you have to starve to death. At the end, there is nothing more than that. Homes, that was the same thing that happened in 2000. It's like, okay, home prices will always go up. Who told you that? Like, what did you smoke that you actually believed that? Like, that's the main question. Like, how the heck large enough group of people smoked so badly that they're like, you know what, house prices will always go up. No, it will not. It will not. If you do that, economy will crash. People will stop having babies. And again, you can check 150 countries where prices have become stupid. They are below replacement level, meaning there won't be anybody to buy next batch. Like the end, you did. So, because again, cost has an upper limit. Like if companies like, okay, this is $10 trillion. I don't have $10 trillion to invest into it. Buy. So that's the whole point. So anybody is like, okay, 4 trillion, 5 trillion. It's like, what are you doing that is that valuable? If it's not on fundamental level, it has no value. So AI just cannot deliver anything that has like any sort of justification of real value. For example, let's say AI is like, okay, I'm going to give you perfect AI girlfriend, like perfect, like $1 billion industry. Cool, awesome. Here's the deal. A normal wife, let's say, cost you $100,000 a year, and AI girlfriend will cost you $100 million a year. You're not going to buy it. It's like, I can't afford it. So you can't afford normal wife, you can't afford the AI wife. Of course, nobody will buy it. So you see the paradox? So it's always like that. Everything has an upper limit, meaning valuation must be reasonable. If it's not reasonable, it's a bubble. So be it water, be it food, be it electricity. And irony with electricity is that AI companies are burning electricity so much that government is like, okay, we're going to subsidize it by taxing the poor so we can burn more electricity. Oil, same thing. So this is a really bad thing. And you might be like very apathic with it. It's like, who cares? You might have a little bit of apathy, but here's the horror part of it. It's your money. If you ever wondered like how can you store money into your bank and bank can actually make the money grow without them charging you, it's like, hey, you want us to keep your money, we have to charge. It's not there. So why the heck I get more money if I keep money in the bank? Because they are renting it out or loaning it out, to be more precise. And while loan is a big section, investment is also a big section. And be mindful, loans are investment on their scale, so to say. So like Elon Musk basically credited, what would be correct? Basically, he trolled his Tesla stock, $30 billion worth of Tesla stock somehow to a bank, and bank rented it out. So if Elon defaults on the loan, you know whose money will be burnt. So fundamentally. And oh, not to mention your pension, all type of pension, government or private or commercial, whatever have you, all of them, that's the same money that is in the market. So if market goes kaput bad enough, you will be kaput badly. So it's not like, oh, who cares? No, it is your money, your bank money. So your savings, your future pension, all of them are affected to it. And the worst penalty is that if it goes bad enough, government has to print a lot of money. Penalty, inflation kaputs you. So this sort of thing is, that's why I said like bubble going up and down, that's not an issue. Bubble should not go from bubble, shift, delete the whole civilization. So what can you do? Well, there is a little bit of hope, maybe, that you can collect index fund at this point in time, not individual funds. A share, so to say, as in like I have Rocket Lab share. I'm hoping that if they actually successfully do Neutron launch by 2026, by 2027 share value should be high enough that I should be able to sell out. But again, this is a very short term thing. For long term, buy index, always buy index. So and always have some amount of liquidity ready to go for long duration, because when the pop happens, you will know it. When that pop happens, you need to buy it. Basically, at that point in time, diversify your index, buy bonkers amount of it. The people who bought after the crash are the richest one right now. So you can do that. And be mindful, why I'm saying buy back, simply because AI will bounce back. It will come down to reality. It's like, oh, it's a AI, it's a useful thing. It's just not worth $4 trillion. It's worth, let's say, few billion, maybe 100 billion. Trillions? No. So this was my presentation on this AI bubble thing. Hopefully you have liked it, learned from it. In that case, please click the like button, share it amongst your friends. That will help me a lot. If you didn't like it, didn't enjoy it, I urge you to press dislike, press it twice to show my disappointment. Please leave a comment because I do try to reply to all of them. Subscribe, press the bell icon if you're free, and as always, thanks for watching.